So in recent times we've had some games that, how to describe it, that have had less than mediocre appealing characters for one reason or another. So I thought to myself, what makes a compelling character? And why do some of them stick with us while others fade away? In video game storytelling, humanity tends to create heroes who reflect its ideals in regard for the game's setting, whether it be warriors like Geralt, future soldiers like Marcus Phoenix, or cops like Leon Kennedy. We even had some female characters who were just as awesome as the male ones. Lara Croft, Ada Wong and Samus, to name a few. All of these excellent indeed. But every so often a character comes along who doesn't just represent coolness, they define it. And for me, that was Master Chief, the towering green armored monument of competence, restraint, and the art of letting actions do the talking. You see, Master Chief is not flashy, he does not pose dramatically before engaging the enemy. He does not crack jokes mid-battle because he doesn't need to, which makes him one of, if not the most iconic and beloved figures in gaming history, and still a breath of fresh air to come back to. And this is not an accident. This is the result of a perfect storm of design, personality, presence, and the unmistakable aura of someone who has absolutely handled worse. Let's begin with the obvious. The armor. The Mjolnir suit is just not equipment, it's a statement. It's bulky without being clumsy, futuristic without being gaudy, and scratched up in a way that says,
"Yeah, I survived that explosion. Thanks for asking."
The green plating isn't flashy neon or dramatic black, it's practical, military green. The kind of color that suggests functionality over fashion, which somehow makes it more fashionable. And then there's the visor. That glowing gold faceplate that reflects fire, explosions, and the terrified expression of enemies who realize too late they've made a mistake. The helmet also does something else that's genius. It hides his face. Unlike some, this turns Master Chief into a living symbol. He's not some guy, he's the guy. Anyone can imagine themselves behind that visor, which makes every victory feel personal. And yet, paradoxically, he still feels like his own character. One defined not by facial expressions, but by posture, movement, and sheer presence. Now with his armor out the way, let's talk about how he speaks, because this might be his greatest weapon of all. Master Chief does not waste words, he does not narrate his trauma, he does not give speeches about destiny. When he speaks, it's because something needs to be said, and when he does, it lands with the weight of a drop pod. Short and determined lines like,
"I need a weapon."
Sentimental lines like,
"Wake me when you need me."
Lines that scream, "That scene."
"Sir, permission to leave the station."
For what purpose, Master Chief?
"To give the Covenant back their bomb."
Permission granted.
And then perhaps the most cliffhanger line of all.
Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
"Sir, finishing this fight."
These have all become legendary, not because they're poetic, but because they're delivered with total confidence and zero hesitation. Now, I've heard those lines more than I care to admit, and to this day I still get goosebumps. And the best part about Chief? He's not trying to sound cool, he just is. In a world where many heroes talk constantly to reassure themselves and the audience, Master Chief's silence is refreshing. He doesn't need validation, he doesn't need to explain himself, he knows what needs to be done, and then he does it. That restraint is what makes him so appealing. And then there's his competence, which deserves its own chapter. Master Chief is good at everything. Shooting, obviously. Driving, somehow better than anyone else, even when physics disagrees. Piloting an alien aircraft? Sure, why not? Surviving falls that should turn him into a very determined pancake? Casual. And he never panics. He adapts to every situation. The universe throws eldritch horrors, galaxy-ending superweapons, and impossible odds at him, and his response is always the same. Reload, move forward, and repeat. And what makes this even better is that he never acts like he's special. He doesn't celebrate victories. He doesn't boast. He doesn't even slow down. He treats saving humanity the way most people treat finishing their to-do list. And there's something deeply comforting about that. When Master Chief is on the field, you feel like things might actually be okay. But where the magic really happens is beneath all that armor. His relationship with Cortana adds emotional depth without ever turning him into a melodrama machine. Their bond is built on trust, loyalty, and mutual resilience. Not big speeches or forced sentimentality. When he shows concern, it hits harder because it's rare. When he struggles, it matters because he never complains. He carries the weight of responsibility without asking for sympathy. And that makes the moment where his humanity peeks through incredibly powerful.
After I'm through with truth,
Now make a girl a promise. If you know you can't keep it.
Man, that still hits hard. And let's not ignore the meta coolness. Master Chiefs make you cool. When you play as him, you feel different. Braver, more capable, like you could absolutely save the galaxy if given a rifle and a decent soundtrack. Every perfectly landed grenade, every narrow escape, every moment where you survive with one bar of shields left feels legendary, because he is legendary. You're not just playing a game, you're participating in a myth. Even his theme music understands this. Those iconic chants don't say, "Here comes the hero." They say something important is happening. The music doesn't hype him up, although you as the player get hyped up. It announces him. And perhaps the greatest proof of Master Chief's coolness is this. He's been around for decades, across multiple console generations, evolving graphics and changing trends, and he's still cool. Not ironically, not nostalgically, just genuinely cool. New players get it, old players feel it, the legend holds. And in the end, Master Chief isn't cool because he's loud, flashy, or overly complicated. He's cool because he's steady, because he shows up when things are at their worst, because he doesn't need recognition, because he gets the job done. He is the embodiment of quiet confidence, unstoppable resolve, and heroic minimalism. And honestly, that's the coolest thing of all. Anyway, time for more 20-year-old games. See ya!